Pursuit of a passion or a career? I want to start by reminding you that I am not a religious man and that I recognize that there is a treasure of wisdom written down in the old scriptures. I want to repeat that I choose to start every episode with some poetry, and also my initial decision of start off with Proverbs. Please keep following me on this one. Today's proverb goes as follows: The tongue of the wise pours out knowledge, but the mouth of the fools spews fully. Proverbs 15:2. I am Luke Vermont. I am a software engineer and I work as a freelance developer. I am a musician and I have multiple presentations per week. At first, it may look like software development is my career and that music is my passion. The truth is that I see both as a career and I am passionate about both. But it was not always like this. When I was in high school, I came across a weekly magazine that talked about a new technologies and that offered an HTML crash course that was spread in, I believe, 6 volumes. At 13, I had built and test my first web page, local and basic, of course. But back in those days, style sheets were not a thing yet, and PHP was in its first days. Of course, I did not know that back then, but that was the trigger. I love the experience of seeing that the code I wrote became something different once interpreted by the computer. And then I then became a self learner. When the time came, I enrolled college with that target in mind, where I learned more about HTML and style sheets. I learned Pascal, assembler language, C, C++, Basic, and Visual Basic. Moving on, at university, I learned Java, JavaScript, and PHP. Rewinding a little bit to give you context about my music passion. When I was 8, I saw an audition taking place in my elementary school. It was for the school's chorus, and I was interested. I signed up. I auditioned and was selected. I was part of the chorus until I graduated. My grandfather was a master playing the violin, but I wanted to learn the guitar, to what he helped me with. Thanks, Rams. I was able to sing and play the guitar, but I did not put it in practice for a long time. It was until at university an opportunity to be part of a musical group showed up. By almost the same time, another opportunity to be part of a church's chorus showed up. Along with some friends from church and school, we started a rock band. The rest is history. After I graduated from my majors, I struggled finding a decent job, to the point of believing that I chose the wrong path. And that idea got stuck in my head for a long time. Hopeless, I moved on, started doing different jobs that were not related to my majors. While working at a cell phone store, a big opportunity knocked on my door. It was to work as an electronics engineer, but after giving my best, it didn't work out. It happened that the union selected someone else for the position. I was just a placeholder. After 2 months of unemployment, I found a job as the IT department's manager at a grocery store chain. It was so good at first, but after 2 months, I didn't love that I had to spend hours and hours performing data entry. I heard of an opportunity as computer technician in a very promising small company. I thought that I could grow along with the company, and I applied. Unfortunately, after 6 months, they went bankrupt and I lost my job. A friend of mine then told me about an opening as electronics engineer at the manufacturing industry. I postulated to it and they hired me almost immediately. As time passed, I liked my new job, working with PLCs, RTUs, troubleshooting and updating firmware, recabling, setting up networks, programming, like heat controllers and relays, not computers. Um, and eventually, I became a video surveillance expert. That altogether helped me to get used to my job. I stopped thinking about coding and software development. My routine was very comfortable. I had everything I needed. Some rumors about the relocation of the company started circulating. I happened to meet my girlfriend during those days. So, as you imagine, I was very busy to be able to look back to my old passion and to find a safe place to perform it. I ended up escalating my career to work at the food industry. A data analyst position eventually transformed in a software engineering one. Lucky me. I accidentally stepped back into coding after a conversation with the maintenance department's director. Little by little, I made my way out of that company when I saw a desirable cash flow coming from working as a freelance developer. In regards to music, I left the church. You probably had that idea. But I continued to play with my friend's band, and I lived happily ever after. I am not trying to tell anyone how to live their life. What I am trying to show here is how I stayed with both feet on the ground and seek for a career that would pay the bills. I was not the greatest musician, and I knew that I only could get an opportunity if I was at the level of the most talented or better connected ones, because they are the ones who became rich and famous. So I was not one of those. With all respect, don't be misled. If you have a passion, it will always be yours. But if it falls in the arts category, don't make it your career. Unless you come from a wealthy family, or you are very well connected, or you possess a supernatural talent. The third one is not always a warranty. I do not recommend to listen to modern gurus who advise you to follow your passions. Unless you are passionate about a career that sorry that will take more than 2.5 years as a trusted or at a trusted university with a trusted diploma. uh, Being successful in social media nowadays is an art. Have, okay, keep it clear. It's art. And remember the three conditions to make art work out as a career. Let's repeat them. You must come from a wealthy family, or you are very well connected, or you possess a supernatural talent. To help you remembering, I will add them above my head in post production. Not really. I'm starting to wrap up. If you disagree with me because you were lucky to surf the right wave, please ask the 99% of the population who were not. And let me explain myself that I didn't mean to discourage anyone from pursuing a passion. All what I tried to advise was to set a target in a career that could finance the pursuit of that passion. Saying that a career will steal all the time someone could allocate to practice a passion is just an excuse to hide that we do not know how to manage our time. Period. We can discuss time management in a different podcast. Um, if you have gotten this far, thank you. Please comment the word achieve. Have you ever considered that humans tend to become passionate about hobbies? Let me share you the hobbies that I have acquired over time. I have always liked nourishing plants. Yoli, my ex-girlfriend, knew it. She introduced me to the art of bonsai trees once when she bought a bonsai grooming kit at a fair. The learning curve of bonsai nourishing is very long, and the main thing about it is patience. It is challenging, but the outcome totally worth it. I cannot tell that I feel passionate about the bonsai art, but I find it fulfilling. I could see myself performing it for the rest of my life once I get retired. Another hobby, another hobby I am not into. Well, yes, let's put that one away. Let me talk about a hobby that I am into, and it is aquascaping. You probably noticed that I have a fascination for loving living art. Most of us had at least one goldfish in our lives, and my very first one was when I was around 4 years old. It was nothing great. I had a 2 or 3 gallon tank with no decoration, but I loved to see my fish being a fish and how it grew up. When it passed away, my parents got rid of the tank and placed a turtle tank with a tiny Trachemia scripta. I think that's the scientific name. It's this green small turtle. And I name it Squirt. Guess why? Um, Comment in the section comments if you know why, for others to realize. I don't want to make a free advertisement right now. When she was 8 years old, she got an infection and passed. I did not own aquatic or amphibian animals for a good time after that. I set up my next aquarium when I moved away from my parents at 25. It was a planter aquarium of 13 gallons approximately, not 100% sure. I had one very colorful fish and many others that were like pretty and shiny in there. I had it for 3 years and I had to give it away when I moved. In the spring of 2022, I started a 40-gallon long planet tank with community population. I have acquired a lot of knowledge and I am planning to set up a fish room. It is also in my plans to continue this hobby to stay busy once I get retired. I might try to run it as a business. Why not? I'll be plenty of time in my hands once then. I am just going to leave these three keywords here for the young ones to analyze their difference and to make the right decision when choosing a path in life. Hobby, passion, career definitely should not be treated the same. Please leave your comment, give me a like, and subscribe. You probably noticed that I sound funny today. I'm recovering for the flu. Yeah, it's flu season. I think everybody, at least in LA, got it. So let's move on. I'm getting better. Don't worry. I promise this will become better over time. This green background one day will be a chroma key. I wish you all the best. My name is Luke Vermont. Peace out.